You get paid, and for a brief moment, everything feels under control. Your bank account looks decent. You think, okay, this is the month I finally get ahead. And then a few subscriptions hit, a couple of random purchases you don't even remember making, a dinner out, maybe two, and suddenly you're right back where you started. No real progress, no real savings, and definitely nowhere near $100,000. If that sounds familiar, yeah, that's not an accident. My name is Cole, and I spend way too much time thinking about how people build or completely destroy their financial future. If you're someone who feels like you're working hard, but your bank account just isn't reflecting it, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, here's the thing. Most people think the reason they're stuck below $100,000 is because they don't make enough money. But that's not actually the problem. The real issue? It's habits. Because there are specific, repeatable money behaviors that quietly keep people stuck, sometimes for decades. And today, we're breaking down 7 of the biggest ones. Habit number 1, living like your income is permanent. Let's start with one of the most dangerous assumptions people make. They treat their current income like it's guaranteed forever. Here's what most people don't realize. Your income is not stable, it's fragile. Even if you have a secure job, layoffs happen, industries change, companies restructure. According to labor data, the average person changes upwards 12 times in their lifetime. That means your income is constantly shifting, whether you like it or not. But people don't act like that. Instead, they upgrade their lifestyle the moment their income increases. You get a raise leads to you move to a nicer place. You get a bonus, then you upgrade your car. And suddenly, your expenses grow just as fast as your income. This is called lifestyle inflation. And it's one of the biggest reasons people never cross $100,000 in savings. Quick example. Let's say you earn $60,000 a year. You save 10%. That's $6,000 per year. Now you get a raise to $75,000. If you keep your lifestyle the same and save the difference, you could now save $21,000 per year. That's over 3 times more savings without changing anything else. But most people don't do that. They spend the raise. Habit number 2, confusing affordable with smart. Look, just because you can afford something doesn't mean you should. This is where it gets really interesting. Companies don't sell you products based on price. They sell you based on monthly payments. Only $299 per month. Just $49 per month. It sounds small, but when you stack enough of those together, it quietly destroys your wealth. Let's do the math. A $500 monthly car payment over 5 years equals $30,000. Now imagine you invested that $500 per month instead. At a modest 7% return after 10 years, you'd have about $86,000. Same money, completely different outcome. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but I need a car. Sure, but there's a massive difference between a reliable $10,000 car and a $40,000 financed one. The first builds wealth, the second delays it. Habit number 3, not knowing your burn rate. Let me ask you something. How much money do you actually spend every month? Not roughly, not I think around the exact number. Because here's the reality. Most people have no idea, and that's a problem. Because your burn rate, your monthly expenses, is the single biggest factor determining how fast you can build wealth. If you spend $3,000 per month, you need $36,000 per year just to survive. If you spend $5,000 per month, now it's $60,000. That difference alone can delay your financial progress by years. Here's what most people don't realize. It's not the big expenses that kill your wealth. It's the small, recurring ones. Subscriptions, food delivery, convenience spending, things that feel insignificant individually, but massive collectively. Action step, track every dollar for the next 30 days. Not to judge yourself, but to understand your baseline. Because once you know your burn rate, you can control it. Habit number 4, waiting to invest later. This one is huge. People think investing is something you do after you have money. But that's backwards. Investing is how you get money. Let's talk about time. If you invest $500 per month starting at age 25, by 35, you'd have roughly $83,000, assuming 7% returns. But if you wait until 35 to start, you'd need to invest nearly double per month to catch up. This is the power of compound interest. Or more importantly, the cost of missing it. Here's the psychological trap. People wait for the perfect time. More income, less debt, more stability. But that moment rarely comes because life keeps happening. So instead, they delay and delay until one day they realize they're way behind. Action step: start small, even $100 per month. Because consistency matters more than amount, especially early on. Habit number 5, prioritizing comfort over growth. Look, this one might sting a little, but it needs to be said. Most people choose comfort over progress. They stay in jobs they've outgrown. They avoid learning new skills. They don't take calculated risks. Why? Because it's uncomfortable. But here's the thing. Your income growth is directly tied to your willingness to grow. If you're making $50,000 and you stay there for 10 years, that's not a money problem. That's a growth problem. Here's what most people don't realize. The fastest way to build wealth isn't cutting expenses. It's increasing income, because there's only so much you can save, but there's almost no limit to what you can earn. Example, cutting $200 per month saves you $2,400 per year. Increasing your income by $10,000? That's a completely different game. Action step: invest in skills that pay. Negotiation, sales, tech, communication, things that directly increase your earning potential. Habit number 6, thinking small. Wins don't matter. This is a psychological trap. People think it's just $20. It's just $50. But wealth isn't built on big decisions alone. It's built on small ones, repeated daily. Let's say you spend an extra $10 per day. That's $300 per month. $3,600 per year. Invested over 20 years at 7%, that's over $150,000 from just $10 a day. This is where it gets really interesting. Your daily habits are either building wealth or silently destroying it. There's no neutral. Every decision compounds. So yeah, that $10 matters a lot. Habit number 7, having no clear financial target. This might be the most overlooked one. People don't have a number. They just say, I want to save more. But more than what? By when? For what purpose? Without a target, you're just guessing. And when progress is unclear, motivation disappears. Here's what most people don't realize. $100,000 isn't just a random number. It's a milestone, because once you hit it, something shifts. Your money starts working for you. At a 7% return, $100,000 generates $7,000 per year without you doing anything. That's when wealth building starts to feel real. Action step: set a clear goal. $100,000 in 5 years. Now break it down. That's $20,000 per year, about $1,667 per month. Now break it down. That's $20,000 per year, about $1,667 per month. Bringing it all together. Look, none of these habits feel dramatic on their own. That's what makes them dangerous. They're quiet, subtle, easy to ignore. But over time, they add up. And they keep people stuck below $100,000 for years, even decades. The good news? They're fixable, not overnight, but with awareness and consistency. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Your financial situation right now is largely the result of your habits. Not your luck, not your background, not your timing, your habits. And that's actually good news, because it means you can change it. Starting today, not next month, not next year. Today, track your spending, start investing, increase your income, fix even one of these habits, and you'll start to see progress. Fix all 7, your entire financial future changes. So if this video made you think differently about money, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments which one of these habits hit you the hardest. Because the sooner you identify it, the sooner you can fix it, and the sooner you stop being stuck below $100,000.